I mean, how did y'all do that? You know, I mean,
Well,
the vocals sound like him. The accordion, everything sounds like him.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing was is that El Jefe, man, he showed us a particular style, you know, when he taught us. He taught us, you know, the roots and fundamentals, and pretty much gave us, you know, the structure that we needed to kind of grow into who we need to be as far as, you know, being musicians.
Right.
But literally, you know, just the way he taught us is very unique. He was the same type of person, you know, he learned on his own. He learned by listening to the radio in the 50s and 60s. We kind of, you know, adapted that style, así como nos enseñó, and you know, and it's very unique. It's a very unique sound. The blood has a lot to do with it, you know, being hermanos,
Right.
and being, you know, living day and night together for years, and
yeah.
Oh man.
And for me personally, it was a little bit different because obviously I no soy Jordan, you know, I come from. You know, I come from, you know, yo soy Castillo, you know, so I got my mom and dad. However, I grew up with, again, the radio, and, you know, I was always surrounded by good music.
Studying, yeah.
Exactly, I was always studying and doing my homework always, and that's why I wanted to be 8 hours a day. I had my little studio in the back. So when I came into El Rio, you know, in 03, I mean, I knew the songs, I knew the hits. The style was, it took me a while, not a while, maybe about a couple of months, I would say. And well, you still, every day is learning, you know, something. So, but I came from playing all kinds of styles, so for me to pick up otro estilo, lo que es el estilo Jordan, lo que es onda, it was real easy. I used to get a kick out of the fact that, you know, halfway through a tune, it just took me half the song to basically learn all the goings and comings of it, and you know. So
well, you know, one of the stories, you know, I mean, going back to the story that I read on Facebook about you, is that you were one of Steve's projects, no?
Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, we were all together day and night, you know, and
we were always kicking it, man.
Oh yeah, and then a lot of the times when, you know, because my father, you know, he had complications with the cancer and you know, and all that, you know, towards, you know, the last, you know, 2-3 years of his life, you know, it started getting tougher for him. And Juanito already knew the box. He was already an accordion player, and he already studied up my father's music even, you know, even before, you know, we didn't.
Having to play drums for him and having to follow him, you eventually can think about what he's doing, you know, because you got to be on point with him. So, being a box player myself, I had to envision what he was already doing so I could play exactly with him, because he used to love an active drummer. So I had to follow exactly what he was doing. In order to do that, I had to visualize what he was doing. So by the time it came time for me to play the boxer, he would just send me, no tengo ganas, chico, no puedo, you know. Okay, whatever, let's go. You know.
Well, you know what, talking about the box, y'all brought the box, y'all brought an acoustic guitar with y'all.
Yeah.
Do something live?
Sure, man.
Sure, man.
Let's show the people what they're going to be getting tonight.
Well,
and you know what? Right now, what I'm going to do right now is the next 2 people that come by. If you want to go check out Rio Jordan tonight at Irma's Ballroom, I'm going to hook you up with a free pass for the next 2 people that come by right now.
Oh, yeah.
You got to come by right now. Porque, hey, I'm giving away some tickets right now, all right?
Yeah.
We're going to turn things over to y'all guys.
Olga,
There's something.
There you have it.
Lord have mercy, man. Wow.
That's
that
a-
guy can squeeze that box, man.
That's
Oh man.
that's some of what you're gonna
Yeah.
be getting tonight.
Vamos a platicar un poquito porque para que sepa la gente, I mean, when I first heard about y'all guys, la primera vez que escuché, that I heard about Rio Jordan, okay, I was watching a lot of stuff on Facebook, man, and y'all guys do a lot of videos on Facebook, no?
Oh yeah.
We love to. That's
Yeah.
actually.
Because y'all do a lot of backyard parties, y'all get together, y'all are just there.
That's what it is. That's what camaraderie. I mean, I got my own thing going on personally. You know what I'm saying? I'm always up and down doing things. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't just stick to one thing, much less one instrument. So, but when we do come together, it's always a ball. We're always queuing it up. Drinking a couple of cold ones. Ya sabes.
Yeah,
But that's when I first saw y'all was on Facebook, and I said, man, Victoria's got to see these guys, man. And then all of a sudden, y'all just exploded all of a sudden. Okay, y'all did come to a private event.
Yeah.
Y'all did come once here a couple of, I want to say about a year
About
ago.
2-3 months. No,
Yeah.
about 2-3 months. 2-3 months ago. Not even that long.
Yeah, we did the opening for an exhibit at the 5 Points,
Right.
the museum, and oh man, it was a privilege. It was a privilege to come on out.
It was very privileged, very fun. Also, one of the quietest gigs we've ever played. But it was very fun. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, it was.
Hey, but let me ask you this, porque some video, I mean, not some video, but some stuff on Facebook that I've seen is, y'all guys really like art, don't y'all?
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean,
Definitely.
the arte, man, is just part of music, and it's part of everything.
Wow. And of course, on this new album that you're going to be coming out with, is it going to be the same style? In other words, are y'all ever going to, have y'all ever thought of maybe changing it to something, changing the style a little bit different?
One thing I've always kept in mind, because it's different things. They have different combos, because sometimes Robert comes on the box, and sometimes Buddy does. We all have unique styles of playing. It's the same style, tiene que ser el estilo Jordan, but it's everyone plays it differently. It's like when you cook something, everyone uses different seasonings and things like that.
Different flavors.
So me personally, I'm a big again, I'm a big radio geek, and I'm always trying to listen to what's hip and what's in time and what's ahead of time. So definitely me, playing more than just the box. I try to come in with ideas
Oh, yeah.
and things to try and should I say just keep it with the times, because that's one thing that big Esteban always did, kept it with the times, and always stayed hip with it, and I think that he would want us to do the same thing. So yeah, it's something that's always been considered, and hope we've thought about writing some stuff, what I'm saying, as far as getting together, and so I mean there are some talks in the works, of course, pasado, presente y futuro. Appreciate your past, learn, keep your present in mind, but think about your future, and that's in all wise. That's sound, that's in mind, soul and body. So, I guess a short answer to your question, even though it's long is yes. I just took away about 2 minutes that we will never get back. So,
Well, I'll tell you what, we want to remind everybody que no se olvide, they are going to be performing tonight, man. And I hear the show's totally different than the CD. The show's totally different. And I hear that, man, y'all put on, and actually, Nati again, he said, man, now that's a show that you're going to go and stand and just say, wow.
Oh, yeah, man.
What we love to do is make you part of the show. That's what it is. You come to see and hear some good music, but at the same token, to know that you're having a good time, that La Raza's having a good time.
Yeah.
That's what keeps us going and makes us want to play so beautifully. Because it's the presence that takes over the room. And yeah, we love to cater to the mood of La Raza, so que ya sabes,
to the listener. And not only that, the beauty of it also is that we have that diversity. También, that what my father kind of turned us on to be able to play not just a focus on the Tejano Tex-Mex sound, but también like the cumbias, the Latino, a little bit
salsa,
a little bit of jazz, a little bit of blues, whatever it may be, even some mariachi.
Yeah.
Whatever, that was my dad's, kind of.
Growing up, being, having your father being who your father was, did you and your brother ever think of playing any other style of music?
Oh yeah, Oh yeah,
Because
I mean,
you know, I look at y'all. I look at the pictures and stuff, you know, that I see, and I say, man, these guys, man, I bet you they play some rock and roll, man.
oh man, well, we grew up, you know, just like everybody else, listening to you name it, you know, rock, you know, the heavy metal and
Right.
the hip hop and you know and all that stuff. You know, growing up as a teenager, you know, throughout the years.
How are you not going to? You
Yeah,
know, it's-
exactly.
Right.
You know, it was
Right.
really up until we actually really got close with my father that we really started getting turned on to music in a bigger way.
Right. And how long were y'all with your dad? How long were y'all performing with your dad as part of his band?
Well, since about 2000. That's pretty much December of '99 is when we pretty much started to play, and my brother and I we literally had to learn in 3 weeks.
What?
Yes.
For real?
For real. My father had booked a gig in Houston at the Casino Ballroom, and it was during the time that my dad hadn't played in probably over 15 years. His last recording was at Hacienda Studios. You know, so he had pretty much been in his own private project in San Antonio doing his own recordings out of his
Right.
own studio for years up until he decided, hey, you know what? My mom said, ya no los aguanto. You're gonna have to take care of the boys. And since then, you know, we just kind of, you know, my father had booked a gig. He hadn't played in years, and the musicians that he had trained were, you know, they split apart. They couldn't find them.
They were already elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
And my
Parts
dad said, hey,
unknown.
yeah. and it was just pretty much, well, who wants to play bass? Who wants to play guitar? And I have 3 weeks to teach y'all. And we learned in 3 weeks about 30 songs.
You know, I even gotta ask, was there a fight over who was gonna play what?
Not necessarily.
I never even bothered.
You know, we kind of figured. You know, I've already had some years learning saxophone. You know, through school and marching and all that.
Right.
So I kind of already had a more of a sense of music and reading. You know, so to me the guitar was probably more ideal since you know the
It
bass.
just made sense. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and then my brother Lola, you know, he picked up the bass and yeah, we did it in 3
In 3
weeks.
weeks.
Yes, sir.
Wow, man. Well, I'll tell you what, man. You're going to be able to see these guys tonight. No se olviden, they're going to be out there at Irma's Ballroom. 1301 Tristan. Queremos invitar a todos. No se olviden, it's 12 hours all night long.
It's gonna be
but
worth it.
If you say
Oh,
the
yeah.
magic word, magic, it's only going to be $10. So make sure you go check them out. Let's play another song. One of my favorites, man, off the album. And what's the name of the album? What's the name of this album that we're playing on?
It's actually called Rio Jordan Legendary Dynasty.
Okay, and of course it's a 2 CD. It's 2 CDs in there, right?
Yes, it was a 2-disc compilation. You know, of course, 10 songs of Rio Jordan, which is you know myself, mis hermanos, of course Juanito Castillo, and Gilbert Velasquez. You know, he kind of helped do the finalized mastering production on
Right.
it.
Threw a little guitar on there, just for the heck
Yeah,
of it.
just kind of you know throw a taste. And of course, the other half of the compilation is my father's his unreleased stuff. 10 songs of music that nobody had ever heard. It's unreleased. It was his own project, his own works. You know, so we wanted to put a taste of you know.
Just
his
10
stuff.
out of the probably hundreds. that-
Right, man. I mean,
Yeah, man.
hey, there's a lot out there, man. And of
Oh.
course, you know, one of my favorites off the album is Un Poporí.